last time on Dragonball Z.
This is fine. We've got 6 days left to put in a cajillion things. Darn it. Logs are moving, though. Or planks are moving. Got 9 planks. Gonna take 15 right there. That's another 4. That's another 4. That's another 4. That's another cajillion right there. You put in any to this? No, you have. Well, you put some log. Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Oh My Gosh. What did I do last time, and why did it break? But we're trying to fix it, okay? Sure, yeah, we may have ended the last episode on a little bit of a well, not exactly the most exciting ending, where I guess it could be considered exciting for some people, you know, just a little rage quit, but it's okay. All right, we can overcome this problem that we've created for ourselves. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. But it's going to take a little bit of time, and obviously we can't do much about it, considering the fact, well, we're in the middle of, or at the very beginning of a temperate cycle, so we can't really do anything about it. And looking around the area, there are a couple of other build projects I'd like to get going. And I was looking at some of this area down here, and I was like, oh, this is all green. And I was very concerned with, you know, the lack of real estate for me to work with to, you know, plant things and keep the beaver population moving, because we're kind of space limited right now. However, looking down here, this is a lot of green real estate, and it's being kept irrigated by our pondlets down in here, and they hold water for a decent amount of time, so that's pretty good. So I was thinking we could get in here, maybe divert the bad tide or the bad waters being produced by all of these bad water discharges out of the way. So maybe push this over here, push this one back on this side, and get to some sort of system down here so that we can start planting trees and planting foodstuffs down here. And I thought that would be a pretty cool idea. I think that's a good use of our time, good use of our efforts. That will take a little bit of time, but we have the materials on hand. We have plenty of lumber to actually get that rocking and rolling. So I think that's what we're going to focus on today. And of course, finishing this monstrosity. Now this back here, this is entirely dependent on our ability to get back in there without getting our beaver sick. So that might have to take a pause for a minute because, well, I don't like having our beaver sick, and there's no reason to be running in there in the middle of a bad tide and or during a temperate cycle. So that's going to take a little POSX down here. We will get this built back up because I would like our science to keep moving. So that's going to be an interesting thing to finish. And of course, probably going to change out some of this over here so that we can have a bit more power running through the system. We might even rip some of this out so we can change this out for the larger power system, or the larger engine that will allow us to get more industry moving. And we've got to figure out a way to actually expand our industry somehow. I haven't figured out or thought about how that's exactly going to look, because we don't really have the industry to do a major build that would allow us to stack on top of here. So maybe we'll come in here, fill this area in with platforms, put some buildings in here that are actually sturdy, if you will, so we can build more industry on top of that and just feed power up onto there, and that'll be a good idea for us to work towards. But I do want to find our way down here so we can start moving this over, start moving this over, and all that fun stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to get the game going. We're going to try and stay out of the nosebleeds, at least for a portion of the gameplay, so that we can see all of the fun and exciting things that all of our beavers are doing. And I was looking at it, and apparently I have way too many beavers doing nothing. So we're going to turn a few things back on, probably some things that are a little unnecessary, but it will be decent for them, or it'll be a good thing for them to be working. We do have a few more beavers, so we could probably pump up those positions and get this position pumped up a little bit, and that'll leave us with one beaver floating around with nothing to do with their hands, which is totally fine. Now, I did see a comment that there is a chance for the clay pit to actually get some of our beavers wet. I don't know if that's a true statement or not. So if anybody knows if that, I couldn't find anything, I should say. I couldn't find anything to prove one way or the other. But now we have 7 beavers that have just gotten wet. And the only thing that kind of makes sense is that they were just in their bed. And so maybe it's the lodging isn't waterproof and they go into the bed or go into the lodging and they get soaked in their bed. I don't know. I don't know. So we'll keep an eye on that. And if they go into their bedrooms and they get all wet and not the fun, happy way, then we'll have to think about ways to deal with that in the future. But this is running. We've got water being pumped up, so that's good to see. And let's go ahead and start maybe tearing this out. I want to get them to finish this, so we need to unpause that, give this a priority bump over anything else that's going on down here. They can get to this eventually. They are going around the wrong side to build this. I don't know why they're... Just build the stairs here and build these, please, guys. That's really what I'd like you to focus on instead of running halfway around the world to build the wooden stairs from the wrong end. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Anyway, I digress. All right, let's go ahead. We have a bad tide approaching, so that puts a hamper on our long-term plans for a little bit, but we could still work our way down here. Now the question is, how are we going to do that? I don't know. Probably come in here, build on top of that, and then over. Maybe that's the best way to go about doing that, and I want to give that little bit of clearance there, and that means I would like maybe that right there and some stairs leading up to that. That lets us path over that to there. Maybe we unlock the tubeways. Maybe that's a good thing to do, actually, instead of doing pathing all the way down there. And gives us some good ideas, actually. I like that. But where am I going to put tubeways? Actually, so let's do that then. So let's go ahead, rip this out and rip that out. We'll rip out this path right here. And then we'll put in our double platforms on top of here and then do singles back here. Then we'll come in here, we'll unlock the tubeway station. Right, yeah. Yes. Probably didn't need to go that far back, but gives us a little bit of real estate to work with something else in the future. And then we could come back here and start playing with our tubeways. Going down this way, we'll unlock that. And then I don't want tubeway levees. We don't want tunnels. We want... Is it under paths? Is that where it's hiding? No. That doesn't seem right. Where are they hiding? Tubeway levee, tubeway tunnel. Tubeway levee tunnel. Is this right? I don't think that's right. I feel like that's, hold up. Let's see. It's not under path. Tubeways. We can't stack these. Oh, we can stack these. Okay. All right. That answers that question. I thought that there was another thing to be putting in there, but apparently I was mistaken, which is totally acceptable. We'll go ahead and we'll place this down right here and right here. Maybe we'll rip this out, honestly, and just go straight down. Maybe that's the best koa. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go do... We'll have them rip that out, and probably that out and that out. we'll pause this build and we'll reassess. So we're losing a little bit of that overhang right there, which is totally fine. That's acceptable. Once they get that ripped out, then we can just run our stuff straight down. We again have 4 beavers with wet fur. Enjoy. But they did finally get over. We got the power running again, so that's good to see. That means we've got science cranking out again, which is even better to see, which is fantastic. We've got 0.8 days until the beginning of our next drought, or not drought, bad tide. Which is not cool, but it is what it is. And I probably should expand our canola just a tad bit. I don't think that's actually going to work because all of this is about to turn into poo water, and that's no fun. Where are our beavers building currently? Is this at that priority? It is, and they're all in right now, so that... I just now realized that all of these are in the worst possible position. Or at least these two. They're not going to feed anything for now. That's a great choice on my behalf. Good job, me. Good job, me. But at least this is connected, and we can figure out a way to transfer power between all these things. And I forgot to do this. Whoops. It's okay. It's just a little poo water. It's all right, and we'll survive. Allegedly. I did want to come in here and actually clean some of this up, and I think we still need to unlock dynamite. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll place all of that, and I think we can't really do anything about that in here. I want to see how we're doing on this building. They have come up here. They've already got the stairs in, and they're putting the platforms in, so that's good to see. That means we're going to make some progress in that regard. We can come over here, probably pause those two, or at least pause this one. We want to save this water in here. I kind of want to save this water in here too, because that's keeping all of our trees irrigated, and trees are a good thing to have irrigated, you know? Why does that one feel like it's smaller? Why are you smaller? Are you lower? No, you're just a tiny tree. Okay. Okay. Let's check on this. We've got maple syrup and pine resin, but we don't have a place to store any of that right now, which is kind of a bad deal for me. Which is fine. We can rectify that relatively easily. Let's go ahead and put those two in, and we'll put a medium tank right here. And we'll do the same on the other side right here. We'll put another medium tank right here. Flip that like that, and we'll put one little path in right here. Then we'll change you to be maple syrup, and we'll change you to be... Oh, I forgot that it's not pine resin. Pine resin doesn't go in a barrel. Why would I... What is Phoenix Essence? Okay. Well, we'll have 2 places for maple syrup, which is totally acceptable. All right. Why have we not... over here to do this? Give this a priority? Oh, no. Actually, I want this ripped out as soon as possible. That'll be good. And I probably need to... Oh my goodness, we're out of planks. That's not good. That is not good, my friends. That's not good at all. It's okay. Why have they not torn this out? Because it has a path on it. Can you guys come rip that out, please? That would be great. I would appreciate you. Please and thank you. Then we want one badge on it right there. Then we'll come into the tubeways. We'll grab the tubeway button. We'll come down here. We'll grab one of the platforms right there. And then we'll run our tubeway system up to there. There we go. That's all set. And that'll be good. We have 2 beavers with nothing to do with their hands, which is acceptable. We're going to blast that out. We're going to lay down 3 more pieces of dynamite right in there. That'll let them work on that at their earliest convenience. We'll plus up 1 in there, and then let's see, where else do we have? I kind of want to put in some of our builders' huts. That might be a good use of our time, good use of our resources. I really would like to have a more cleaned up industrial area. That would be great. How do we go about cleaning up industry? Do we put power up on the ledge here? Is that what we should do? Oh, why did you guys put... I didn't tell you to put dynamite on the path there. That's dangerous. Oh! Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. I did not even think about that. That's not good. Boo. Okay, well, we get to fill that back in. That means that we won't have much in the way of irrigation, but we only need a little bit, I suppose, to cover down this one area right here that we need to have cleaned up. That's okay. Have we unlocked the fluid dump? We have not, but now we have. I'm happy that we have this turned on down here again, because that means science is going to start moving in quite in the astronomical fashion. I like to see science moving. I don't like to see the fact that this is such an expensive power. It has such expensive, power taste, you know? It requires so much juice. It requires an entire engine unto itself, which is not the greatest. Maybe we should adjust all these over. I don't know. We have injured beavers. Have I unlocked the medical beds? I have, but I have 3 injured beavers, and I don't know if I have... They just have the one bed. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix that real quick. We'll put in a couple more back in here since that's a nice clean area to put all of that, but we're hamstrung by the lack of planks. So we're going to tear that out. We're going to put, I know this is burning planks, but we're going to put more in here, come into industry, and probably unlock this. Yeah, why not? That should up our plank production a fair amount. That's going to pull 2 beavers in, but we've got places that we can pull the beavers out of to facilitate all of that, which is totally fine. And the question is, does that requires planks to build too? So that's going to be a limiting factor for a minute since we only do have the singular lumber mill running. I think we can pause on the gear production for a minute though, because we are halfway full on our total gear storage, which is acceptable. And now I need to, yeah, we need to make sure that this is up and running. And this all requires planks as well. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain. So we're gonna go ahead. Don't think that there's anything else that they're building other than everything else that I just told them to build. So I'm going to give this a priority because the planks will be needed. We've got one visitor in here, is Shamra. Is doing Shamra things, you know, taking care of Shamra stuff in there. That's gonna mean that we're gonna have a couple beavers floating around that are in not the best of conditions, but it's okay. We'll get to it eventually. And unpause this real quick. And probably pull this down to that level. We have 9 haulers running around. I feel like that's a fair amount of haulers that probably don't need to be focused too heavily on that. For now, I know that our power systems are highly dependent on the haulers doing hauler things, but I also would like to things get accomplished too. Anyway, let's see here. Things that we could do while we are waiting for the bad tide to end. Probably start working on this levee system and punting the bad water out. We need to demolish that. That could have been bad. We need to demolish all of those. This, please don't go into the... Okay. Let's go ahead and rip that out, and we'll rip that out too. Good job, guys. I should have known that was going to happen. I should have known that was going to happen. I should have known that that was going to happen. Okay. Get rid of all this. I do not need you guys going down into there. Now we need to fix that. Okay. Well-being. Decontamination beds. That requires the weird stuff that we don't have unlocked yet. Who produces that? Who produces that? It's not going to be in the food. Is it science? It's probably not science, is it? No. Well-being. Who produces that for our beavers? Is it water? Centrifuge? That produces extract. Power, liquid fuel engine. Industry. Boom, 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 boom. Science. Phoenix Distillery. Takes... Okay. Shoot. Man, that's quite the expensive fix. We have to do it though. We have to, because we done foobarred it. The question is where? I guess down here, maybe? Alright, let's rip this out. Put in... Where was that? The Phoenix Distillery. That's right here. Okay. Yes. We need the distillery as well. I can go in right there. Yes, unlock that. And then we also need the decontamination beds, which is back in the well-being side, which means unlocking this for another 400 science, and we'll unlock a couple of those. That's gonna eat through our planks like no one's business. Oh my goodness. It's okay. It has to be done, guys. Give this a priority over anything else that's actually going on. I need this to get done, which means I need you to work faster. I don't know why you're not working faster. You're at 96% productivity. I guess the stuff is going in, so that's good to see. I need this finished before our beavers actually get to the point where they don't actually do anything anymore. That is good. That's in. Power-wise, we're kind of running a little below what we would like to see happening here, so maybe we'll pause that for now since we are at max capacity for metal blocks. That should put us in a better position in the near future. Hopefully. We shall see. And that should put us in a higher production line or production capacity for our planks, which would be really good for us in this current situation. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't believe I did that. I knew that that was going to be... I knew the moment I put those down that they're going to run in there and walk right into the poo water. That was a choice on my behalf. Good job, me. Okay. Power is in the better position now that we're not using that unnecessarily. We still only have 2 unwell beavers. Maybe a couple of them were only in there long enough to just get a little bit sick. Okay, maybe they just touched it. Just touched the tip, you know? Maybe that's okay. Planks are going though. We've got this up and running. We've got... Do we have bell peppers running anywhere? We do. Can we make more? You don't really need to be in there right now because we don't have fuel, so you can go elsewhere. You're waiting on planks, and then you're going to be waiting on planks, gears, and metal blocks. So we have the metal blocks. It's just a matter of getting all that down there. Power will transfer between all of these things, so that will take advantage of all of these compact water wheels. So that's going to be good. Planks should be on their way down. We have 15. We need 5. That's in. We want you to... Oh, you can use bad water to fuel? Oh, heck yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see where we can pull back on some of our positions because well, we're kind of losing haulers right now because somebody went and got sick. We lost 4 of our... Alright, 5 haulers should be enough to meet the demand there. We need more bell peppers though, which I don't think we have any, honestly, and that's going to take a minute for all those to pop, and these are all recently picked. Where's our bell pepper production line at? Let's pause you, and you can make grilled corn for a little bit. That'll be a good use of your time. These are in. That's the end of our bad tide, so that's good, which means we can pull this down. Pull down our builders a little bit, because I do want to get these running again. Oh my goodness. I think we can pause you for now. Maybe even pause you. Or you. Can you reach that far? You cannot. That's fine. This is fine. Okay. Let's see. Explosives manufacturing doesn't need to be going because we're not storing it anywhere right now. And then I want to keep these running since they are producing our juice, which our beavers do enjoy. All of these are good. Still waiting on bell peppers to do bell pepper things, which is kind of stinky. That's going to take a couple more days. Yeah, that's another 4 days, another 3 days-ish. Another 2-ish days for that to pop, but we're not going to be using them anywhere else. We can go ahead and unpause this, though. Get somebody in here to take that. I wish there was a different recipe for this. I don't understand why we need bell peppers and fuel to do that, but it's okay. I will tell these guys to prioritize that, and that should mean that our 2 beavers, Vank and Jenny Miller, will be able to actually get in there and get healed up as soon as we have our first couple of bell peppers, which are right there, that pop up. And as soon as that goes out, our haulers should run out, grab all of those, and run them down here to Shamra, and that should produce us, ooh, with our Phoenix Essence, which looks... I'd say that looks a little caustic, guys. Looks a tad bit caustic, but hey, we've got somebody in here. We've got Jenny in here working on getting rid of their contamination, which is good to see. I hope that you feel better soon, friend. Okay, Jenny, I believe in you. We'll get you fixed up. We'll make you happy and healthy, all right? That's cool. It's got little bubbles popping out of the top. Like some of the little science is going on in there. That's so cool. Well, that's this is good. That starts us producing fuel, so that's gonna be beneficial in the future, I suppose. And now we've got Jenny. I don't know why you moved over to the other one. That's actually kind of odd that that happened like that. Well, it's fine, you know, don't worry about it. Things are happening, and that's all that really matters. All right, planks are moving in a positive direction now, so that is good to see. We can probably come over here and unpause this build right here, which means we can get that moving. I do want to get them down here and actually ripping all of this out. So I am going to give this a priority bump. I don't want to run into that situation again where they're walking through the poo water. And hopefully, I don't know why it takes them so long to get through the contamination beds. I feel like that shouldn't take it nearly as long as it does, but, you know, there's not much I can do about that. Let's check on these buildings. They have not finished them. I don't want to prioritize that because I want this done down here. What are those? Planks that are too far from the district that are 1 plank, 3 logs, whatever. That's gone. This is going in, so that is good to see. That will give us a way down and about. So we could start working our way down there. And maybe we do something on this end as well, so it makes their lives a little bit easier getting down here. I don't know where or how we're going to accomplish that. And I want to actually pump this back up a normal priority because I want to get storage up here. I believe is what that was intended to be used for there. So that will get accomplished probably first because that obviously was laid down well before this did over here. And I do need to remember to get our tubeway station. Maybe we unlock the small tubeway station. We can save a few planks and gears. I don't know if we'll be building much out from there. We'll just go ahead and save or recoup some of our logs and planks from that. That's totally fine. Now, as soon as I get this finalized, then we should be able to... Look, they finally got it done over here. Okay, so that means that we could do this. We could put in our dams or levees, sorry, right here. The problem is we'll have to somehow get down in here again to reach under there unless we want to blast it out with the tunnel, but I don't have extract running right now. We could unlock extract. It probably is not a bad idea to go ahead and unlock that. That requires a metric poop ton of planks though. My goodness. And we have gears paused still, which is not good. Not good at all. Construction lacks materials. You're lacking in planks. Planks. Everybody, we're still out of planks, but we're not. We have 92. Just we don't have enough builders to run around to do all the things, which has to do with not enough beavers to run around to do all the things. It doesn't help that we have 8 kits as opposed to 48 adults, and we still have 2 beavers that are still sick, which is no bueno. No bueno. How do we increase your productivity? Let's see if Holly getting some hollers to help you out will help with that a little bit. Or do I need to increase? I think we need to actually increase our production line for our tomatoes and get more apple trees going. Are they picking all of these apples? They are. Okay, is there a food source that uses apples a little bit more efficiently so we don't eat them raw? Okay, that takes wheat, flour, and apples and coal to make apple pie, I'm assuming. That's grilled bell pepper core. That's a stuffed bell pepper thing. Okay. Not much else going on in there. Okay, so that's the only way to make apples go further, but that means we need wheat. Wheat takes processing with the grist mill, which is fine. Probably come over here and pause these 2 for now. You've got 84 hours left in that one and 64 hours left in that, and we've got 30 units of Phoenix Essence, so we could probably just pause these 2, get those beavers back into doing something else, and we need to start putting food throughout the world so that their lives can get a little bit better while they're running about. I will go ahead and tell them to stop planting this row right here, and we'll fill that in with wheat. And they are still only halfway done with working through the contamination. All right, Jenny's almost done. Vank, you need to get your stuff together, bud. You really need to get your stuff together. All right, okay. And if you guys have noticed, we've kind of reverted back to basic names. The mod that I was using to automatically name all my beavers, I can't find it. And the one that's on the workshop hasn't been updated in a minute, and it's been causing crashes for everybody who's been using it. So we're going to avoid that mod until I can get the other mod that I was working again. So I do apologize to anybody out there that was enjoying having see their name as a beaver. This slows down. It's so tragic how fast that slows down. Honestly, that's kind of crazy. All right, let's see here. It is a drought. That means that we can get down in here And we can get this done. And get that accomplished. That is good. We can drop this priority-wise. And I do want this to get a nice little priority bump as well. And that also means probably ripping this one out over here. So this will drain out. And I do need to probably rip this one out as well for now. I know that we're not going to be able to produce any or get any more bad water for a little bit. We're going to have to move these guys over here at some point because this is the only way that the bad water is going to be going in the future, which is totally fine. Did I pause you two? I did not. Let's go ahead and pause you two. And that will work for that. You guys haven't finished this at all. Again, waiting in planks, but we have planks now. It's just a matter of getting them over to get it taken care of. Those are full again. We can put in 2 more builders now since that's taken care of. And this is in. Just need them to finish this down here. And that will give us a nice piece of real estate to work in down there, which will be really, really nice. Which I'm really happy about. Now, I don't want them going into there right now, though. So, can you guys not go down there? Good. They're working on that first, because I think I did. Okay, we. Oh gosh, no, guys, get out of the poo water. Get out of the poo water. Don't go in there. It's not drained yet, guys. Come on. Come on. Oh my goodness. I knew I should have. It's okay. It's okay. Here. It's not going to help anything, but it'll make me feel like something is being accomplished. Goodness. Maybe that'll help speed things up. No, this is all just that thin layer that sits on top that they can't actually do anything about for a minute. I really shouldn't have put those stairs in yet. That's on me. Okay, now it's dried up. Now we can put this back to regular. And now we can come over here and put our stairs in right here. Give this a nice little priority bump. Now, theoretically, this should all be green. And we also need to come over here and we should take advantage of this drought for now. And we'll give this a priority bump and we'll get them over here to finish all of that. Our builders that got sick should be able to get the help that they need. Maybe, hopefully. Yeah, those have 100 hours. And we only got 1 on Well Beaver. Apparently they were only in there long enough to get a very slight bit of sickness, if you will. We'll increase these guys again because reasons. We have an explosion of population again. Now, this cyclical pattern that we'll be dealing with beaver population, it's induced by this tenement lodge right here that I put in that exploded our beaver population by 18 all in one go. Choices were made. All right, choices were made. But it's okay. We will survive. All right, we will survive. Now, let us see here. Still have 4 beavers that aren't doing anything, but that's fine. I do want them to come over here and finish this. Can't get the required materials. Are we out of lumber? How are we out of lumber? How did that happen, guys? Huh. That's not good. Okay. We can cut into the pine trees, I guess. We're kind of full on pine resin anyway, and we're not doing anything with it right now. So we'll just go ahead and rip through that. We will unpause you since there is maple syrup here. They did finish the medium tanks, so we can store a little bit of that up as things get moving. And I do want to get in here. Maybe we can start ripping out this overhang. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I like it aesthetically. It's beautiful. It adds to the bonsai pot aesthetic, if you will. But it's kind of hampering my ability to do the things that I would like to do. If it were one lower, it'd be cooler, you know? But it's not. It's in this position that it's in right now. It's okay. First things first, I do want to replace this. This should be enough juice to power these two without any issue. We will lose plank production for a minute as well as gear production, but we should have enough of those materials on hand to produce our next tier in the power. We just need the logs, which are popping in. So let's go ahead. We'll rip that out. We'll get a fair portion of our materials back, and we'll go ahead and hit this button right here. Get our engine installed. Rip that out. Grab this. Put that in. Give that a priority bump a little bit. That is in. That is in. So that is good to see. Now, we could put in a levee here, since we do have a lot of irrigation right there, to save a little bit more of our materials. Maybe we don't put it there. We put it on the little corner there. We can actually reach it like that. They can build on top there without any issues. That'll be good. This has still yet to go in, but that's been low on the priority list. This is going in, so that is good to see. This is going to be paused for a second while all of the building is going in, and they still haven't put this in yet either. That's waiting on logs. That's fine. We do want that going, though, sooner rather than later, because I would like to be able to save these crops. Now, it's not going to be the most optimal size and positioning for this pond or irrigation pond, but we just need it to keep this little portion running, and that should meet the intent there. This is still waiting on 4 more logs, a bunch of gears, which should all just be right here or over here, honestly. Gears, 80 gears right there. I don't know why it's taking them 15 years to do that, guys. Guys, can you work a little bit faster? I would appreciate that, you know. I'd appreciate that. Okay, things are happening. Things are progressing. I don't know why I ripped out both sides. That was a choice. But we can go ahead and start planning all of this out down here. Is that too deep? I guess that's the next question here. Is that the base level? It is the base level. That's fine. Get farmhouse right here. We should have enough irrigation little pondlets in here to keep things moving for a prolonged period of time. So that should be okay. We just need to get staircase down into here. And that should increase our work area a fair bit. We will put an additional farmhouse right there, just so we can split the load between the two. That will mean that we can have one side just working on harvesting. We'll pull that down to 2. We'll do this down to 1. That should be totally fine. They did just finish that, so that's good to see. We still only have 1 contaminated beaver. That's good. That means that we were quick enough on the draw to make sure that that didn't happen or cause any problems for us. I do need this to be a priority, because now that this is done, we need to spend our logs finishing all of this so we can save our future planting area down here. We do have 10 days left. Hopefully there's enough material floating around that we can get that accomplished. This is eating through our lumber pretty poorly, or pretty badly though. So I should probably pause that for a second and then readdress our lumber situation. There's not much I can really do other than getting somebody over here to work through this. That'll be a nice little burst of lumber, but it won't be much. It'll be something. But I have to expend lumber to get the lumber. I don't know if that's really worth the squeeze. Now we could eat through some of these maple trees. That would be a good... it would be a boost. But we are getting that going. This is in, so that's cool. We're filling that in. That's providing irrigation. Probably not as far as I would like it to go this way, but I kind of anticipated it not going nearly as far as I would like it to, which is fine. We can maybe get it to eke over to these last couple of oak seedlings over here. And we do have the explosives on hand, so that might be helpful. And we could probably put in... I tore out their teeth grindstone to move, or put those explosives in. And we can explode those. Irrigation moved over 0. Alright, so that now we know. That's fine. This is in now. They did come over here and pick up this log, so that's good. That's in. They are working on all of this. That is also good. That has dropped priority-wise. They still have yet to get over here, but maybe a path over, I guess, for now. Since they do have access to it, that means they'll get over here. I kind of forgot that I tore those out. That's on me. There are logs down here, though. I would like them to come pick those up. That would be great. I do need to drop this priority-wise. I shouldn't do any of that until this is accomplished, and obviously that's going to take effort and lumber, which we don't really have right now. All right. Maple syrup. We're not doing anything with it right now, so I'm going to cut through a couple of these. I need the little boost. You know, we need a little bit of lumber. Then once all those are ripped out, we will unmark them for cutting. I will continue to allow that for cutting. Then we'll unmark that. It's a nice little hit. Maybe that will provide us enough to finish the rest of this down here. Not really, but it's helpful. Do need to put this levee in right there. It's going to be 12 times 5, so that's 60 pieces of lumber right there. This is another 60 minus the 12 they've already put in, or the 16 they've already put in, so... that's fine. We're making progress. That's all that matters. Things are getting done. We only have 7 days left to get this done, though, so I would like that to happen faster. Maybe if there were a way for me to sneak in over here and get some of this lumber, that would be cool. But I don't really have the means to do so without expending lumber to do the things. Maybe we eat through a little bit more of our maple trees. Again, we're not doing anything with them right now, other than creating maple syrup that's not being used by anything, which stinks. I know, but I'd like to have the little hit to the system. You know, just give me that small hit. You know, give me just a little bit. Just a little bit of a hit so we can get things moving. Let's clean up some of this, actually. Just because it's a bunch of green unnecessarily here. Boosh, boosh, boosh. No, that needs to be green. No, this needs to be green. Great. No, that needs to be green either. Sweet. That's rectified. That's good. That's good. That's really, really good. This is almost complete. We do need to give this a boost. And we also need to give this a boost as well. Probably would help if I gave them a way down there, but that would burn planks and logs. It's minimal, but it also means things go faster, so let's go ahead and just do that. We'll give that a priority, and then we don't have to wait for one beaver at a time to come down and do one beaver at a time things. We can turn this back up, though, because I have a feeling that we'll be in a good enough spot once, yeah, that's in. So that's good. That's in. So that means all this will be clean. And all over this will be clean as well. This should not have any issues even during a bad tide. That spills out this side on a bad tide, so that's acceptable. And yeah, great. Now we've got a place to plant more stuff. More food stuffs, more water stuffs. Maybe we'll do little irrigation ponds around here. We'll have to get down there in some way, fashion, shape, or form to accommodate that. And I do want to put that right there. That means putting in a fluid dump right there, and then putting in a forester right here. We don't need... We'll pause this one, and we'll put a staircase in right here so they can build all of that. They've already got that. Actually, they've got that staircase in. They should be able to actually get to this. Too far from district, but if I did this, did that, they should be able to get over there and take care of all of that. That will allow for irrigation all over to, well, at least out to here. And then we can plant more trees on this end. We'll have this line right here to plant trees on, and then we'll have, yeah, I like it. And we'll probably do something similar on this end. Honestly, what's the limit that you can reach? So right here, let's go ahead and put in another one kind of like that right here. Do I actually, you know what? Let's save this. It saves us one. Saves us one levy. And that's acceptable. That does mean that we're going to have to... Well, that's already paused, so they can get back in there and do that. Okay, cool. We're going to have to make sure that we have a way down there. 1, 2, 3. This one. Should be good. We could unlock tunnels, but again, centrifuge isn't finished yet because it's been dropped priority-wise. We will put that up. Oh, if we do not have the lumber to accommodate that yet either. Lumber. Lumber. All right. Getting this finished means we get lumber faster. Or more better, right? These guys are in, though, so we could actually start planting a little bit more. I want more tomatoes. Tomatoes are good. Probably not that many tomatoes, but that many should be good. Can I plant under here? I cannot. Go a little bit more wheat. Canola... I think we're doing all right on canola. Go more bell peppers on this side. And then I don't think we need any more beets, but we can go corn down here. That'll be good. That'll give them something to do. Probably don't need that much wheat right now. So not really doing anything with the wheat yet. But that's fine. This is going in, so that is good to see. They can reach that. They have the lumber to take care of that. This is all popping in now, so that is good to see. That's fantastic. I should put in some sort of storage for our... Not that one. This one. For our pine resin that we'll need to get to eventually. That'll be in a good position for our tapper shack, which is right there. And when we're not hurting for lumber, we can turn our pine trees back into pine production lines. That is prioritized. And you are as well? Yes, they're just not getting to it fast enough. That's okay. This isn't nearly as much stuff as I would like it to be, but this is in, so that is good to see. Can't really do anything with it quite yet because of reasons. Because the moment we turn that on and the water's just going to spill everywhere. You know what? We can run this path back here instead of where it's currently at so that these guys can get this accomplished. That means we don't have to build stairs on the other side. We can rip this path out because it's not useful to us in any way, fashion, shape, or form. That means that we can turn this all into corn and this all into bell peppers back here, which means more food for us, which is always a good thing. All right, we need to make sure our beavers are nice and full of sustenance, you know. Unpause that and then get that finished. That'll be good. And then we need to plus this up. Now we should be good in the grand scheme of things, right? Let's double check everything. That is going that way. That is good to see. Oh, this side's a little bit wider. That irrigates or does the bad irrigation out to there, but we can come in and unlock the contamination barriers, which only require planks, which we have a copious amount of. We can do the same thing over here, contamination barriers, to give us a little bit more real estate to continue planting and working down here. So let's go ahead and unlock those. We've got plenty of science to do this now. Unlock the contamination barrier, get that in on that end, and then come over here and do the, not the impermeable flooring, the contamination barriers there. And then do the same thing on this side. Probably rip these stairs out. There's no need for them anymore. They should, in theory, be able to reach down from on top of the levees here to complete all of those things, and this is going in beautifully. This is in now. That means that we can connect that bad Johnny up right there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, let's fix that. Give this a priority. Good thing we got this in. That's saving our bacon a little bit right there. I should have known that was going to happen. I should have known that was going to happen, but I didn't think. And that's a terrible mistake. Not thinking. It's a terrible, terrible thing to do, guys. Make sure you're always thinking. Right. Nobody's working in here, so theoretically they should not be getting sick anymore. All right, that should clean up everything. No more flooding on that end. I thought we put in... Did we not put in anything to... Did it just overfill and go to that side? I could have sworn we put that block in. Yeah, there should be nothing feeding that anymore. Okay, well, that just means we get to pump this out. Free bad water, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I can't believe it did that. I can believe it did that, but I'm annoyed that I did do that. I am going to rip out these berry bushes. They're unnecessary. We're not doing anything with the berries. We'll get that taken care of. This is all in, so that means we could turn that back on. This should dry out and go out that end. I do want to drop this priority-wise so they don't go into the poo water and get sick again. Because, duh. That's feeding out appropriately now. Yeah, it's 3 sources going into this one, and of course that wouldn't be enough for all of the bad water to spill out. Or 5. 6? Yeah, because this is 4 sources down here. Sure, half of it's going this way, but that don't mean anything, and I'm just now realizing that I need water. What? Give this a priority bump. Drop this priority-wise. We're not doing anything with that quite yet. We're doing decent on lumber again, so that is good to see. I'm happy to see that. This is in now, so that is good. Go ahead and do the same thing that we did over on that side. We have a bad tide approaching. Maybe we should... But first, 2 things. Let's get this in. Connect this path here. And probably rip this out. And drop in 2 explosives right here and here. And pause you. And... pause. And where did all of my beavers go? What did I create that's eaten up all of our beavers? Building lacks workers. Hauling post is empty. Grill is empty. Water pump is empty times 2. Well, those need to be filled because we're running out of water. Max prioritize. Those are empty. We'll pause you 2, I guess. That brings us back down to 10. Pull you down to 2, I guess, to get us a couple haulers back. Yeah, this cycle of births and deaths is hurting. Look, four beavers gone right there in short succession. We'll pause you 2, I guess. Still empty there. Pull you down so we get 1 hauler. We can pause you for now. We've got half a day and a half before our next bad tide rolls in. Let's see, where else can we snag a beaver that's basically doing nothing? You? Sure. You're useful because you're replanting all of our lumber that is moving. All right, now we're back to 6 haulers. That's a good spot to be in. That's going to be a pain in food production for a minute, but none of this has popped yet. I still need storage down here for this stuff, but that's going to take a little bit of time to get to that point, which is okay. Yeah, we need storage for a lot of things, honestly. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Once we get into a better position as far as... Well, planks and metal blocks we're doing all right on. I kind of want to turn the smelter back on because the power system is a little bit more robust now. We can get this going again. We're kind of hurting in the way of... Well, there's 2 positions right there gone empty. Or gone underutilized because they don't have a place to put any of their scrap metal that they're actually working through. They can't even get up here. Let's go ahead and just give them some stairs right here. And then kind of want to rip these out and put some scrap metal storage up here, which would be not a bad idea. I keep forgetting that it's a bad tide approaching and I keep doing this. All right, we are going to have to pump that out. That stinks, but, well, we're at 120 units of water, and our apple juice and tomato juice production line is not nearly as robust as I'd like it to be, but we can come over here and unpause you. And you can get our bell peppers and our tomatoes, which are going to pop here in about a day or so. So that will be helpful. Probably change one of these over to something else other than water. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. We have storage for canola oil. We do. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and put the rest of this in. And I want... We don't need that there or that one there, but we can put this in right here. That length. And then we put in a couple more farmhouses. You reach out to here, which is good. Do want to put in another one of these fluid dumps right here. And put that in right now. Need... Don't really want to plus up our beaver population quite yet until we can get this, our water situation resolved. We don't really have the power to run the electronic water pumps either. The automated pumps, they only require 75 horsepower, so we could run it with the... I'm not opposed to it, but I do want them to finish building all this. You can pull you down to 1. Let's unpause that one so you guys can at least work. I know. Let's get that paused again. Scrap is doing scrap things. Let's pull you down to 2 because we're kind of hurting in that regard. This is no longer filling up, so that's good to see. It's all emptying out. I do want to cap this off at some point. That would be quite helpful. They did get that put in, so that is good to see there. And we could put another contamination barrier right now. And then we can come over here and realize that they haven't touched this side yet. It's because I put that at the lowest priority, and then we can actually rip this out as well, and we can put in our last contamination barrier on that end, and that's going to require just planks and metal blocks, which is totally acceptable, and I am here for it, and I am very excited to see. Do we need to put contamination barriers on this back end right here? Is that going to be needed? I don't know if it will be needed, but I'm going to do it anyway. I would like to have this as workable land. This all being poo water is not gonna cut it. Alright? Not gonna cut it. And put those stairs in right there though. That will be helpful for when we get this forester unlocked. Water's doing a little bit better. Juice is still hampered by total production timeline for tomatoes and tomato juice. We need a better food source so that they don't continue to consume all of our tomatoes as the food source that it is. Which means probably unlocking the grist mill and making bread. That means the bakery. We can't just make bread though. We have to make... What are those? What are those? Beets? Are we producing beets anywhere? I don't think we are. Maybe this side will produce beets. Beets can go... Oh, they can go underneath that rim. Heck yeah, let's go. That should irrigate out to there. And you do reach out to there. And so, can we put the wheat in there? We can. Brilliant. Brilliant! I see. Let's go ahead and rip this path out right now. And see if we can do the same under there. So we're doing wheat under here. We can. Great. Strip this out. Can I put the tomatoes under here? Don't know why it wouldn't let me do it earlier. Is it just because the tomatoes are... Yeah, they're too tall. Alright, tomatoes don't fit. Does canola fit? It does. Does corn fit? It does not. Yeah, we could fit a little bit canola back there. Why not? You have nothing to do within range, and you are taking up precious hauling positions there, friend. So get out of there and go back to hauling. Because this isn't finished yet. And this is not done yet either. I would like that to be taken care of. That would be appreciated. And then... I'd say we're at a good spot, guys. Sure, this set us back in a not nice way. But it's okay. We got it fixed. That's all that really matters. I'd like to get in here and put in the rest of our compact water wheels so we can get some more free power. But these two, or these four, basically are doing nothing for us right now, which is no bueno. I would like to get that rectified at some point, but that some point is not right now. It might just turn into moving this over one, somehow finagling this up and over, which I'm not opposed to doing, honestly. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will overcome, but I'm happy. We got over the hurdle. We're making things happen. We're expanding. We're doing great and amazing beaver things, and we have 9 days left of this bad tide, and this is empty now, and you guys are not doing anything, and we definitely need more tomatoes. And oh my goodness, guys, we don't need that many in there. All right, just one of you can be the harvester. Probably could rip this out right here and help out on this side. I don't know. Either way, things are going, things are moving, things are grooving, and it makes me happy to see. But next time, we're going to finish the rest of this. We're going to get some more lumber going. We're going to get more beavers probably going. I want to fix the food situation and get that a little bit more solidified, because we're riding on a very thin line right here, guys. But I appreciate you being here. If you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. If you have not already hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate you. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode of I Don't Know What to Do with the Emberpelts, because they have so many things to do. It's so little time. But we'll catch you on the next episode, guys. Thank you all for coming in, and keep rocking the free world. I'm out. See ya.